So, you're a lawyer, and you're thinking about launching your own practice. Let's be real for a second. The idea of writing a business plan probably feels like a massive chore. But what if I told you it's actually the single most powerful tool for building a firm that's built to last? Today, we're going to transform that document from a tedious requirement into your strategic blueprint for success. It really all boils down to this simple question. Are you going to plan or are you going to stagnate? Because starting a law firm without a clear business plan, well, it's kind of like setting sail without a compass. You're basically leaving your firm's future completely up to chance. And this is where your business plan comes in as the solution. But here's the key. Don't think of it as some stuffy, static document you write once and then file away forever. No way. It's a living, breathing guide that you'll use constantly to navigate challenges and jump on opportunities. It is, quite literally, how you future-proof your practice. The roadmap for this explainer is a pretty simple four-step process. First, we'll analyze where you are right now. Then, we'll define a clear vision for the future. From there, we'll build a concrete action plan. And finally, we'll talk about how to make that plan a living part of your practice. Okay, let's dive into Section 1, the diagnostic. Because before you can even think about charting a course forward, you have to know your exact starting point. And to make this super practical, we're going to follow the journey of a sample firm we'll call Family Legal Inc. First things first, you've got to ask yourself, where is my business actually coming from? For our example firm, Family Legal Inc., they see that a whopping 50% of their work comes from repeat clients, which is fantastic for stability. But they've also spotted a key area for growth. They really need to boost that 35% slice coming from new referrals. Next up is a good old-fashioned SWOT analysis, and we're starting with your internal strengths. What are you amazing at? For Family Legal, it's the principal's rock-solid reputation and their strong referral network. The goal here is to pinpoint those core assets you can really lean into and build upon. Now for the part that requires some real honesty, an internal look at your weaknesses. Family Legal is stretched way too thin. They're over capacity and they're lagging on the tech front with no CRM. Acknowledging these gaps isn't about beating yourself up. It's the absolute first step to building a plan to fix them. Okay, now let's shift our gaze outward to opportunities. What trends are happening out there in the market that you can capitalize on? For Family Legal, it's the growing demand for online services and some key demographic shifts in their area. These are the doors just waiting for you to push them open. And finally, we have to look at the external threats. These are the risks you need a plan to mitigate. For Family Legal, their referral network is getting older and online competition is heating up. Think of these as the potential storms on the horizon that you need to prepare for. Now, all of this analysis really comes together when you start looking at your competitors. You've got online firms that are cheap and fast, and traditional firms that are huge. So where does Family Legal fit in? They find their edge by offering tailored, relationship-focused service. That's their competitive sweet spot. All right, let's move on to Section 2, defining your future vision. The diagnostic phase showed you where you are right now. This is the fun part. Now it's time to decide exactly where you want to go. Everything starts with a vision. Think of it as your firm's North Star. It should be big, bold, and inspiring. Family Legal doesn't just want to be a firm. They want to be the biggest family law practice in their area with a killer reputation for excellence. Now that's a powerful destination. But let's be honest, a vision without a number is just a dream. So the very first step to making it real is to translate that big idea into a concrete financial target. This forces you to get specific about what success actually looks like right now. And for Family Legal Inc., that number is $670,000 in revenue for the next year. All of a sudden, that goal isn't some abstract concept anymore. It's a tangible target the whole team can get behind and work towards every single day. So, how do they get to that big revenue number? They break it down into these must-dos for the next 12 months. As you can see, Family Legal has set super clear goals across all the key areas of the business: clients, financials, systems, and people. And each one of these goals directly supports that main vision. This brings us to Section 3, the action plan. This is where the rubber meets the road. We know where we are and we know where we're going. This part is all about creating the step-by-step roadmap that's going to connect the two. So, Family Legal organizes all their work into 4 core strategies. Think of them like pillars: increase revenue, build their profile, build online capability, and develop the team. This gives them a really clear structure for everything they need to accomplish. Let's just drill down into one of these: build profile. See, this isn't just some vague idea. It translates into specific, tangible actions. Sponsoring local clubs, speaking at community groups, advertising in the local paper. These are real-world initiatives you can actually schedule and execute. But here's the crucial part. An action without accountability is just a wish. It's not going to happen. That's why every single action has to be tied to a deadline and a measurable outcome. So, recruit new lawyer becomes new staff member has commenced by June. See the difference? This is how you make sure the plan actually happens, instead of just gathering dust on a shelf. And that brings us to our final and maybe most important section: making your plan live. The work isn't over when the document is written. In fact, that's when the real work begins. Your plan is a dynamic tool for day-to-day management. This quote right here really says it all. A business plan isn't a document you write once. It's a tool you use to build your future. Its real value is in the using, not just the writing. You'll use it to guide big decisions, track your progress, and adapt when things change. It's your co-pilot for building your firm's future. So let's quickly recap the key takeaways. First, think of your plan as a strategic blueprint, not just a document. Start with a really honest diagnostic of where you are right now. Then, set a clear vision with measurable financial goals. After that, translate your vision into specific, timed actions. And most importantly, constantly communicate, track, and adapt your plan. Make it live. We'll leave you with this final thought. Right now, the future of your practice is a blank page. You have the power to design it exactly how you want it. So the only question left is this: what will your blueprint look like? Thanks so much for watching. We really hope this gives you the confidence and the tools to start building that strategic blueprint for the law practice of your dreams. We'll see you next time.